Before getting to the content, let me give you a challenge. This is for you or someone you know. Go to the Build Back Better bill, look through it, and come back to me and say, hey, this is a really good idea. Because when I read through it, I was sickened to my stomach. Now, you can find this bill at congress.gov. Just search Build Back Better. When you get to the page, there you'll see a tab that says text, it's PDF. I downloaded it to my computer or just scanned through it. Warning, 2,500 pages long. Holy smokes, twice as long as Obamacare was. And listen, if I were in charge of the rules in Congress, I'd make sure there was a rule that'd be followed that says if you're going to waste if you're going to spend taxpayer dollars, the bill can be no longer than 5 pages. If it is, throw it in the trash. Should be clear and simple. I also can't stand this bill because even as a Christian, I uphold the principle of separation of church and state. Yet, this bill is an establishment of religion and full financial support to the Church of Climate Change. It's incredible. Every page is about climate change. And even worse, there's not a comment anywhere that says, you know what, if we pass all this, then we will reduce global temperatures by whatever percentage. Nothing. Because they don't care. It's about taking your money, taking your freedoms, taking control of your life. Don't miss that simple point. Another thing I can't stand about this is it's a gift to these federal bureaucracies, agencies in Washington, D.C. It's incredible. You know, my most despised agency is the IRS. They get the most money of any agency in this entire bill. And by the way, if you don't think it's about the agencies, it's even outlined agency by agency. You know, Department of Agriculture, Department of Energy, Department of Health and Human Services, Department of Education. Just go through the list. It's almost like Congress went and just said, hey, give us your Santa wish list. This is above and beyond your bloated budgets. All the money that you want, just make sure it's about climate change. And so IRS, let me use that one as an example. They get the most of this money. You know, Biden said he wanted more agents. Listen, if this thing passes, I pulled my calculator out. The money proposed to the IRS in this, if you paid every new agent $150,000 a year, you could hire over 50,000 new agents. Whew. They want your money, man. That's what this is about. Now, some will say, wait a minute, there's some good stuff there. Bernie Sanders talked about the hearing aids. Sure. The hearing aids, here's what's promised. $100 million, not trillion or billion, $100 million a year for 5 years. 500 million. For you mathematically challenged, that is $500 million. Just for fun, I searched $1 billion stuff throughout this bill. There were zillions. My favorite was to study vegetation in the forest. It was in the Department of Forestry under the Department of Agriculture. $1 billion to study like poison ivy. This way they can collect data, that they can come up with regulations to control your life. That's what this is about. So beans for hey, listen, there's not even a biscuit for homeless people in this. So go to my website, ulbilly.com, find the podcast page, leave me your comments, especially if you can find somebody that will scan through this and say, hey, this is cool. Because really, it's the most sickening thing I have ever read.